the south, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing from the outset is Penix. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Penix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, ready.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And he is caught. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To the air, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Robinson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll throw with Penix. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tank Dell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 46, here's second down at 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Throwing is McCarthy. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. You talk about this Falcon defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler, 64 yards. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, McCarthy. That is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. He finds his man complete. That's Chandler. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. Give him 5 yards there. That's enough for the 1st.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To the air with McCarthy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get it downfield for the touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting... And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
19.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10. Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
39-yard line.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. And looking to throw, Penix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Let's go now. 19, 18, go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing again, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote a Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Here's McCarthy. Throw is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They will play action. Here's McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself. And he wisely will throw that one away.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Third down and less than a yard.
Looking to throw, Penix. Got his man, it's London. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action, down McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. McCarthy going to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, that fell harmlessly to the ground. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. That's going to be caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Falcons 31, Vikings 21. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a hit and a loose football. And this belongs to the Vikings. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Back to throw. McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chandler. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They throw it out right complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5.
First and goal, Minnesota.
Here we go. Panther 60.
And he'll send the tight end in motion left. To the air again, McCarthy. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Felton with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Penix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To the air, Penix. He finds his man, complete. That's Moreno. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. second down. Now a 2nd and 6.
At the 38-yard line.
Here's Penix. Down to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Takedown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 6. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Open man, that's Felton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Minnesota.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's another Vikings first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vikings.
Buffalo 18, 19 light. Mustang 19.
Throwing is McCarthy. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. McCarthy off the play fake. Now a run here off the RPO. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He's going to have the first down and then some. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Intended for Aaron Jones. Brings up second and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
19, Charger, 19.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
The completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? What do your analytics tell you about going forward here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that will set him up. Excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a 1-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a 2nd circle around this one?
I put a star. I put a star. Now McCarthy. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 11-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Off the RPO, he completes it. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do him much good. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape. But Kendall, there he goes, right side. He's got a full head of steam. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights. And a lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive.
Yeah, simple. Tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
I think put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
19 tight.
In motion right is Addison. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here, you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Here's McCarthy. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. First throw now for the backup Wentz. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Falcons are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, a field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3rd and 4. And looking to throw. Penix. taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
At the 37-yard line.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And understandably,